Okay, so I'm gonna try and go into as much detail as I can for surgery. They had me check in to the hospital the night before surgery. So my surgery was on Friday, and I checked in at 3 p.m. on Thursday, the day before. That night, they just had like nurses come in and kind of go over what was gonna happen the next day, and then the surgeon came in and told me his plan. They had me do like a shower with this special soap that you just like scrub with, and then I was pretty nervous. They gave me some like anxiety meds that night to try and help me sleep. And then the next morning, they woke me up at like, I want to say 5 or, yeah, like 5 in the morning. They had me wake up and do another shower with a special soap. And then someone came in to place a catheter into my artery in my arm. That took quite a while because I think I was dehydrated because you do have to stop eating and drinking at midnight the night before. So they ended up having to bring in an ultrasound machine to try and get the catheter placed, and then someone else ended up having to come and see if he could get it in because my veins were really small. So once that finally got in, they rolled me down. I said goodbye to my husband Kyle. They rolled me down to the operating room. I was really nervous. I wasn't like sobbing, but just like silent tears. I was trying to be brave. But the anesthesiologist came and talked to me, and he could tell I was really nervous. So he was like, I'm just gonna have to place one IV, and once we get the IV in, I can give you something to help calm you down. And I remember looking down at my arm as he was poking me with the IV, and that's the last thing I remember. I was out, and then the next thing I know, I'm waking up in the ICU, and I was very, very nervous beforehand to wake up in the ICU intubated. I did know that was going to happen, so I tried to kind of like mentally prepare myself for that. I am really glad that I really don't remember a lot from the ICU. I do remember some of it, but like it feels almost like a dream. So if you're really worried about that, understandably so, but it really is like a foggy, dreamlike memory. Um, they do tether your hands to the bed so that you don't try and pull the tube out. I They got a piece of paper and a pen or a marker for me to write down what I was trying to communicate. I do remember thinking in my mind like they don't understand. It was like a panic, like they don't understand that I'm awake and they need to take it out. Um, and I do remember thinking that there was like so much spit gathering in my mouth that I was like choking on the spit. Honestly, I think that point, because I don't really remember it that well, it's like a dream to me. That point was harder for my husband and for my parents who were there. Um, they said it was kind of like Groundhog Day of me like waking up in a panic, in pain, wanting them to take it out, and then falling asleep, and then waking up and panicking and in pain and falling back to sleep. And that was really hard for my family to watch. But like I said, I don't really remember it that well. It feels like a dream. Like I remember it, but it feels like a dream. Um, I do remember them. They get you up out of the bed and have you sit down in a chair. And then after, I think a full day in the ICU, they moved me to a different floor in the hospital, like the cardio thoracic. I can't remember what it's called. Cardio. Anyways, the cardio unit. And I was in the hospital a total of 8 days. So I'll make another video about that part of my hospital stay.